Welcome back to the channel. We're going to jump right in. I'm so glad that you could join me on today because I have some good news. I believe it's good news. I always love to see man and woman come together and make things happen together. And I say that because Meagan Good and Jonathan Majors are engaged. According to Essence, it says the actors have been together since May of 2023. Despite their recent breakup rumors, the couple announced their engagement. And this is the picture of them. I am so happy. Look at his face. That's a genuine smile. That's a genuine smile. And she looks to be elated as well. And I am so happy for them. They have been through a lot, both individually and both together. And I'm glad that they understand that time is not on our side. The days, the weeks, the months, the years, they are passing us by. And if we do not take time to understand what is important, then life can pass you by. So they said, forget this dating 4, 5, 6, 10 years. Let's go ahead and make it happen. So, according to Essence, Meagan Good and Jonathan Majors brought exciting news to the green carpet of the 2024 Ebony Power 100 Gala in Los Angeles on Sunday. The actress, 43, flashed off her engagement ring to reveal she is now engaged. Look how they look. She's looking at her king. Before I give my commentary, I'm going to try to continue on. So on Instagram, at Ebony Magazine, they reported it's official. Jonathan Majors and at Meagan Good announced their engagement on Ebony Power 100 red carpet. It says the couple announced their engagement at the event because, according to Good, Ebony Power 100 is the event that we met in the bathrooms in the unisex bathroom. Life is crazy. I'm crying to you. She is the most perfect, beautiful, divine, and powerful being I have ever met. Majors, 35, told Ebony Magazine on the green carpet. And she like, look, I know. I love it. When you know who you are, when you know what you bring to the table, you can walk in confidence with that. It says the fact that she said, I'm going to run with you. I'm with it. I feel great, he added. Good also feels elated about getting engaged to the actor after more than a year of dating. So they were like, we ain't got time to be waiting and playing games with each other. I like what you like what I like. We like it. Let's go ahead and go for it. Let's become one. We're feeling great, Good told people at the event while showing off her sparkling engagement ring. It's a season of joy, Majors added, beaming. It's a season of all the good things, Good continued, with Majors adding, amen. This news may not have come as a surprise for fans following the couple's love story. In July, the Creed actor hinted at a proposal during the interview with TMZ during a red carpet interview in June. Good also shared that he would be open to getting hitched again. We say again because the actress was married to Devon Franklin for almost a decade before the producer filed for divorce in December of 2021. Meagan and Jonathan had quite the start to their relationship, considering it became public while the former Marvel actor was in the midst of a domestic assault trial with his ex-girlfriend Grace. I guess that's Gabari. Look, I will mess up somebody's name. But anyway, Good appeared by his side at the court hearings, showing her moral support every step of the way. Ride or die. In April, Majors was convicted of assault and harassment and sentenced to a 52-week mandatory in-person domestic violence prevention program in addition to a separate $250 surcharge. During the interview with US Weekly in June, the Harlem actress recently expressed her pride in how Majors weathered that storm. I'm really, really proud of him, she said. It's been quite a year, to say the least, and how he's handled it, how he's grown, how we've learned to dance in the rain, and how we've learned to just look at God first and foremost above everything. The couple has now emerged from those hardships and is ready to start a new chapter together. Now, I want to go back to what he had said previously during the episodes with Grace, during all of that turmoil and drama. If you can remember, a lot of people are very sensitive in feelings. If you grew up with your father, you understood that when your father spoke, that was almost like the word of God. That was the high priest of the home, and he spoke with authority. Men speak with authority. And a lot of times, if you are not used to that, some people are very sensitive when it comes down to the way a man can speak to a woman. But you have to understand, we have two separate roles, and men are supposed to have that type of authority. They're supposed to have that type of voice that moves mountains. That's what a man is. He speaks. And so I remember that when they were going through, Grace and Jonathan was going through this particular ordeal, he was speaking with Grace. I believe she came in late one night after hanging out with a homegirl. She came in drunk, and he said, "You know that I'm in Hollywood. You know all eyes are on you because of me, and you're acting in this type of way. It's not a good look. Why can't you be like Coretta Scott King? Why can't you be like Michelle Obama?" And when I heard him say that, I was like, duh. She can't be like Michelle Obama. She can't be like Coretta Scott King. She can't be like that because she's not like us. She was not raised that way. We are, regardless to if we're living in the same society or not, black households, especially traditional black households, are different than traditional white households. It's just a difference. Faith in God, faith in family, and morals and respect, that stuff is taught to children at an early age. That's why we have to get back to that. And so when he said that to Grace, I was just like, of course, how are you holding her up to such a high standard when she's not even there? You know, she can't be something that she's not. But thankfully, I hate that had to happen to him, to Jonathan, in that way, but he learned a lesson, and it's a lesson that I believe a lot of men, especially black men, need to learn and understand. A lot of people say, well, you can't help who you love, or it doesn't matter who you love. Yes, it does, because eventually hard times will come. That's guaranteed. And if you have certain things that you were brought up among, or if you have certain things in your heart that you just don't say, it will eventually come out, eventually, in an argument or something. Matter of fact, I forgot the lady's name. I am terrible with names, y'all, so please forgive me. But there's a lady who has this very popular dating show. I think she started on Facebook, and then she moved forward, but she found single women and attached them to single men. Well, it was this one guy who was on her show a few months ago. He was a black male. They had children together. He was married to a white female, and after being married for over a decade, that lady finally called him the N-word, and he could not believe it. he didn't think she had it in her heart to say or to ever have that thought or those feelings about him. And for him, for that particular man, there was no coming back from that. Even though they had children, he said there was no coming back from that. So a lot of times we are so caught up in this thing called love, and it doesn't matter who the person is, but it does matter because you will have to visit that again. So my opinion only, I love to see when people like Jonathan and Meagan are together. They have very similar backgrounds. He knows what type of woman she is the type of woman that he was hoping Grace to be. Meagan is that woman because she is God-fearing. She doesn't believe in just playing house with Jonathan. I'm pretty sure they had a conversation like, look, I'm not going to be laying up with you. Baby, if you want it, you got to put a ring on it. You're not going to be playing games with me. I'm a grown woman, and I don't have time to play these type of games. If you want me, you know what type of woman I am. You know what I bring to the table. You know how I support you. Then let's make this official. I'm pretty sure they had this conversation. And he, knowing her relationship with the Most High, he respected that. And as a result, they are going to tie the knot. I really commend and respect Meagan for so many reasons. And she has been a Hollywood star since a young age. But you haven't really heard her being out there just slinging her body around to different people. She got married, as the article says, her and Devon were married for almost a decade. So she believes in that structure of having a male as the head of the household. Look how she's looking. Having a male as the head of the household, having a strong king by her side. And it doesn't weaken who she is just because she acknowledges him as her king. Matter of fact, she realizes that he is the head. But the thing about being the head, your head can't move unless there's the neck, and she is the neck. And so together they both understand each other. They both have the same values and the same respect for each other. They both have been there for each other during the hard times, and I believe that they understand to keep God first, and I believe that they're going to make it. As long as they keep people out of their business, and like they said in this article, keep God first, there's no stopping them. I commend Meagan as well because she had a lot to do with, I forgot his name. Please forgive me, y'all. I'm terrible with names. But Tia Mowry's husband. Now, I know Tia is somewhere sick. She'll never admit it. But she's sick because she had a good man. She had a good, strong, God-fearing black man that took care of his kids, that took care of her. Maybe not financially as she wanted him to at the time, but she was not willing to practice patience.
Nobody told me that the road would be easy.
She was around feminist women, and she thought that the grass was greener on the other side. She divorced her husband. Meagan actually mentioned to Tyler Perry, hey, why don't you use him, Megan's husband? Tia's husband. And I can't remember his name. But anyway, you know who I'm talking about. She saw the way that Tia did him. And he mentioned in an interview how many nights he would cry himself to sleep, knowing that his children were a few blocks away and he's no longer in the house with his family, and how he just kept praying and he kept praying. No matter what Tia was out here on these streets talking about him, he did not give in. He did not become petty. He remained that king. He kept his dignity. And as a result of those prayers, it's like God gathered all those tears that he cried as a result of Tia's foolishness. It's like God bottled up all of those tears and said, that's enough. So Meagan was very influential when it came down to him actually getting the part for Tyler Perry's movies and upcoming movies. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's somewhere along the lines of $70 million. Now, you know Tia is somewhere sick. You know she's somewhere sick because she just basically flushed a good thing down the toilet. And now, I don't know that he would ever take her back, but she needs to find herself. She was ready to, because I believe she said in one of her interviews that he was her first. So she was around all these feminist women who was out here slinging it left and right, and all these people in her ear. She was like, oh, I've never experienced that. The grass might be greener on the other side. And now she's on that side by herself. Kids are getting older. They love being with their dad, and she's all alone. And that's what she gets. I feel no pity for her whatsoever. And just to wrap this up, with Meagan and with Jonathan, as Meagan was asked to do these parts for Tyler Perry, you know, she had to ponder upon her salary, you know, come up with what she believed was reasonable for her to do these roles. And so Jonathan was very instrumental with her getting the type of money that she is now getting. So she mentioned on Club Shay Shay that, you know, they talked about her roles and her upcoming roles. And she just asked Jonathan, well, how much you think I should ask for? And he gave her a number. And when he gave her this number, she was like, what? I've never made that amount. Actress saying, I've never done that. You know, he said, yeah, that's what you should ask for. And so when she met with Tyler Perry, she gave Tyler Perry that number. Tyler Perry looked at the number. He said, well, I was going to give you that anyway. But see how that king directed her? That king saw her worth. That king knew what she brought to the table and said, babe, I think you should ask for this amount. And as a result, she went for it. And now she's able to make the type of money that she's never been able to make before, because her king directed her in the way that she should go. It was ultimately her decision, but she valued his opinion so much that she went with it, and she got what she was asking for. So both of them, in my opinion, are blessings. Meagan was very instrumental to Tia's husband getting these roles. He doesn't have to worry about anything. He's a hot commodity now. And now everybody is turning on Tia. Because at first everybody always want to take up for the woman first. And I love us. But I know how treacherous I can be. And thank God for God. I know what I have done in the past. I know what I'm capable of as a female. I know how to hit you where it hurts. That's just a part of our anatomy, our DNA. We can go there if we need to. But thanks be to God. I'm not what I used to be. Not where I want to be, but I'm not what I used to be. And so Tia now has to, deal with those consequences. But I'm glad that God used Meagan to help heal Tia's husband, to bring him an opportunity of a lifetime that he probably would not have gotten had Tia not did what she did. And even with Jonathan, I believe that God is going to even open up the doors for him, because he did run. He ran away from Grace, and he still was convicted. So I believe that there was a major lesson learned for him too. A lot of times when our black men get to Hollywood, get to the NFL, NBA, and things of that nature, they forget about the black woman and they go to European places, and they soon find out that somewhere down the line, she was not the one. That's just my take on it. I'm happy for this couple. I hope that they make it. I pray that they will, because we need more of this. We need more of this. Please let me know what you think. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm just so happy for them. And let me know. And I will see you in the next video. May the Most High bless.